Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Game Junk Podcast, episode 133, recording on January 1st, 2023. My name is Frank.
My name is Sean.
And my name is Andrew.
And Happy New Year to all of the Game Junkers out there. We will not be doing our top 10 lists yet. We still need some time to prepare. I'm feverishly catching up on that list. But we will be doing our wrap-ups. All the major platforms released summaries of how much you gamed, how hard you gamed, what you gamed the most. And we will be comparing those numbers, flexing those numbers. Some numbers juiced by children, some numbers juiced by development, some numbers just pure unadulterated gaming, hardcore gaming, and we'll see who that is. But how you guys doing? Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Great.
thanks. Same to you.
Been playing a lot over the holidays or what?
Yeah, a little bit.
I've been gaming real fucking hard, not gonna lie. And I love games right now, playing games as much as I can, which is still not enough. But
I was actually playing 2 games at once. That's how hard I'm gaming, bud. I got my Xbox over here. I got Steam rocking. Boom. That's a real gamer.
Is it Final Fantasy VI?
Oh, yeah. Old school.
Guys, he games. He's gaming.
Well, I was grinding. I was grinding on that while I'm playing an Xbox game that I actually need to play for 2022. So,
all right.
those cutscenes are, they're enough to grind it in Final Fantasy for sure.
Okay, put a little 3x speed on, do some battles.
No problem.
You know what?
Auto battle, bud. Auto battle. It's
You
amazing.
are gaming hard, and I like to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, you gaming, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot. I obviously we all finished God of War Ragnarok, so that's good news.
Yeah, I think I got to beat it again this week to remember what happened in it, but we'll see. Maybe I can watch a Let's Play video in the background, get a little refresher.
I think I'm going to have to do that after just literally beating it last night. I'm probably going to need a refresher.
Really.
So incoming God of War Ragnarok review, probably next week. But let's get to what today's topic is. Our review of 2022. What we did in gaming, what we played, how much we played. We're going to start with the Xbox ecosystem. We have our highlights here, courtesy of True Achievements. Last year, we had the 20th anniversary of Xbox guiding us through a virtual shit show through browsers as to how we experienced Xbox over 20 years. Now we have a nice little summary on True Achievements. So I don't know. Who wants to go first? Who wants to reveal their numbers?
Ooh. I can go first since I don't know where I'm going to fall this year on the Xbox. So I might be good. I might be not so good. Let's see here. It says, I'll start with total games played. My total games played was 54. My Game Pass games played 45.
Whoa.
How do you have that? I don't even have that number here.
Oh, it's in the same link you sent me.
I don't have it on mine for some reason.
Oh,
You didn't even play any Game Pass games this year.
maybe. Yours is all messed up. Even that other stat was missing too. Well, anyways, you won't be able to give us that cool stat that Sean and I will be able to. Achievements earned 369 and total gamer score 8,152.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm a gamer. Top game, Yakuza 0. Now, this number was definitely juiced through pause screens.
Oh, that's what's going on here.
210 hours.
210 hours. What were your final Sorry, how many hours played did you have?
It doesn't say that on mine.
I have that. Do you have that, Sean?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, what's going on with this website here? Should I look at the other one? Let me look at the other website. Hang on. That we were talking about. Let me pull it up quickly. Total hours played. No, I don't have that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
I think 210 is all you need to know, I think.
Yeah, well, that This kind of makes me disregard whatever that number would be.
All right. So I'm actually pretty close to Huck here. So number of games played in 2022 on Xbox, 62. Game Pass games, 40. Achievements earned, 389. And total gamer score, 10,237.
Very close.
Now, my number one game, this is a bit of a mystery. Like, it's definitely the kids, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. It is Minecraft Xbox One Edition, 84 hours played. Now, the thing is, Kieran does not play Minecraft on Xbox. He plays the Java edition on his laptop. So I honestly don't.
Edition?
Yeah. So I have no idea where this is coming from. Like, I could see maybe he played a couple hours here or there, but like 84 hours?
I think you can. I don't know if it like links it through your account.
Maybe that's what's going on, because there is a like your Microsoft account gets linked to your Mojang account or whatever. So possibly that's what it is.
I'm sure that is, because if I do PC Game Pass only, I mean, I guess that's still technically Xbox like ecosystem, but I imagine since Minecraft is now Microsoft, I'm sure it counts.
All right. Well, my numbers are the weakest by far in this group.
Embarrassing.
But I barely play on Xbox. So achievements earned, 132, 2,845 gamer score with only 12 games played.
Okay,
And
that's not bad then.
hours played, 383. A lot of which was Halo Infinite, which I had forgotten about. So that was going pretty hard for the first half of the year. Most top game played, Nobody Saves the World, 27 hours.
Nice.
So, my numbers aren't juiced. They're pure. They're real numbers.
So you played Nobody Saves the World more than Halo then?
Yeah, that's a little weird. But I guess it's true.
Like, unless I guess it wouldn't be. I was going to say, unless it's somehow limiting it to 2022 games, but that wouldn't make sense.
Maybe, I don't know if it's related to how it calculates the stuff, like the completion percentage is 94. So I probably didn't get a single achievement in Halo.
Right.
Look, this website is suspect. We're seeing different.
It's definitely not official. So yeah, I mean, it's the best we got for Microsoft.
Basically, these numbers do not count. These are garbage numbers. They're thrown out completely. All right. So that's anything to add to Xbox? Anyone have our numbers yet? Do we have ours?
No, I can't.
So I said 84 hours played, but I thought that was just for the top game because it's in the section of top game played. Is that not what that means? Or is that like total?
I'm looking at the summary banner and I have total hours played 383.
Not seeing that.
This is a disaster. I thought we were looking at the same thing. All right, moving on. What do we do? Steam next? I've slowly moved towards Steam.
Okay.
Steam Replay 2022. No, I'm not seeing an hours thing here, but maybe I'm missing it. Huck, would you like to go first?
Sure. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. I will start off with I believe my top game played. 26% of my playtime, 42 sessions played. No nozzle.
Yeah, my gift got a lot of good use.
Oh, it sure did.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And then let's see here. 33 games played, 21 new games, 7 demos. Final Fantasy IV, 21% of my playtime. Also, oddly, 42 sessions played. 205 achievements unlocked, 23 games, 13 rare achievements. And then Final Fantasy VI, 14% of my playtime. These numbers are also probably juiced with some pausing. 88% of my games were played with mouse and keyboard. Those are my 6 boxes. I don't know. Do we want to go on the other stuff below here? I don't know if this other stuff means anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's kind of like just the same stuff repeated. But
It gives you like your top 5 games, I think. And
do I see that? I do see that there's like a little graph of like what you like to play or what I play. And apparently I'm heavy into dating sims and action roguelites.
nice.
And investigation. Those are my 3 pillars of my gaming experience. I don't really know how they developed this little chart, because the like posts of the like hexagon or whatever this thing is rhythm, mystery, dating sim, action roguelike, card battler, and investigation. Like no action game, no RPG.
Yeah, it almost seems like a joke to me that like I have cats as one of mine.
Cats? Oh, okay. That's weird.
In my spider graph.
Not like
and
that.
I do not like cats. So it's probably because I play Stray and maybe another game with cats, I guess.
Okay, so I guess looking at my top 5 games, which as I scroll down, so no nozzle, however you say it, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6, then Pixel Puzzle Makeout League, and then Murder by Numbers. So basically, I can see why Steam thinks I like dating sims.
Yeah. That's funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Sean, you're up.
All right. So my number 1 game on Steam this year was apparently Patrick's Parabox. Great puzzle game. 22% of my playtime. I had 58 games played, 44 new games, 10 demos. And what else? My number 2 game was Levelhead Platformer Maker, which is kind of like I played a little bit of it, but it was mostly the kids. 226 achievements unlocked, 67% with keyboard and mouse, which is really weird because that's definitely not me. And what else? You want
how many achievements you got?
Yeah, 226.
Right around what I got too.
4 rare achievements.
4?
4.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
And do you want my breakdown of categories here?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I've got puzzle platformer, precision platformer, party game, and Metroidvania are all kind of the top. And then trivia and rhythm are like kind of there as well.
Okay. And I feel like whatever this replay is was missing the last 2 weeks for me, which definitely would have skewed things because I did a lot of gaming the last couple of weeks. Maybe not that much. I'm kind of exaggerating.
Well, yeah. And I'm curious if the PlayStation 1 updated.
Yeah.
Or not.
Okay. So my number 1 game, the biggest game of the year, Hades, 21% of my time played with 50 sessions. So I caught up on Hades. That was a big part of my year and fell in love. 53 games played, 46 new games, 18 demos. Second game, Rocket Rumble, which I was working on a little bit. So that's kind of cheating.
Skewed. Yeah.
Achievements unlocked, 503.
Wow. Hero.
37 games.
Whew.
Rare achievements, 65.
This guy's a gamer. This guy is a gamer.
Cuphead was my second most played game.
Nice.
And 50% keyboard and mouse, 49% controller. I don't know what the other 1% is, but it's crazy. And who knows?
You don't want to know.
It was I like that balance. That is a very nice balance.
So how many you got 500 achievements on only like how many games you said? 50, 65, something like that?
53 games played.
53 games. And Cuphead was your number 3 game played.
Yes. And then my other ones were Vampire Survivors and Cult of the Lamb.
So you must have put in like just like a pretty even amount of time into every game and just like maximized achievements.
Well, I 100%ed all those games.
Right. But I mean,
I'm close to doing that in Vampire Survivors. The other games, I got every achievement.
I guess I would just assume that Cuphead wouldn't take that long to be your number 2 game played. Like
Cuphead takes some time, bro.
But I mean, how long have you played Vampire Survivors?
Just about the same, probably 30 hours, but it doesn't.
Okay. 30 hours for Cuphead. Okay.
Something like that.
I also, this list is a little suspect because, like I've been playing it, like for Final Fantasy 6, it says I've played none in December, and that's definitely not true. So
I can verify that's not true.
So I don't know how long or how often this gets updated or not.
Yeah, I think there was a cutoff point for the Steam one.
Mm-hmm.
My spider graph is mostly action roguelike, hidden object, roguelike deck builder. I'll only say it because I'm reading it off a website. Metroidvania, cats, and rhythm.
Cats as a category. I don't know about that one.
I don't even know what rhythm game I played. Like, that's very strange. New friends added 8, badges earned 7, games gifted 3. Just wanted to get my own charity out there.
You know what? I think I'll check that stat for me. Games gifted 4.
Whoa.
Boom. Wow.
Beautiful. Sean, how many did you gift?
2. Jeez, I got to step up my gifting.
Okay. I think
now
that's
for the real list, right, Frank? Here we go.
I don't know if it's the real list. I basically, it's half and half. I'd say going into May, I was all PlayStation, and then from the rest of the year on, mostly Steam. But all right, here we go.
Yeah, I would say I'm definitely going to be last on PlayStation. I did not do much. So what's the best way to do this? Okay, total hours played on PlayStation, 124 hours. That's it. A measly 124. Now, I definitely put at least 30 hours into God of War just recently, and I don't know if that's totally reflected here. Is there anything else to dig out of this page? Let's see here. Total numbers of days played, 102. Hours spent in PlayStation VR, 0. Let's see here. 81 games on PlayStation 5, 43 on PlayStation 4. That's a 65-35 split percentage-wise. And then it starts giving me stats about Horizon Forbidden West for some reason, which I don't totally understand because I definitely did not play that game a lot.
Yeah, that's just their promoting that game.
Yeah. So then top games, 38 total games. Most played, number 1, God of War with, I guess it's pretty accurate, 30 hours logged. Number 2, Genshin Impact. Number 3, Miles Morales. Number 4, Trials of Mana. And number 5, Persona 5 Royal. Action adventure is my favorite genre with 78 of those 124 logged. And let's see here. What's the last couple categories? Trophies earned, 122. Ooh, that seems like an embarrassing low number. 0 platinums, 3 gold, 15 silver, 104 bronze. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. And what's the last thing here?
PlayStation.
PlayStation Plus. Oh, okay.
It's another promotional gross category.
Okay. I'm not even gonna appease the PlayStation gods by talking about it.
All right.
Embarrassing numbers. I'm ashamed.
I mean,
I gotta come back.
Mine are juiced, so it's probably, I'm probably close to you again, Huck, honestly. But 2022 total hours 257. So 145 on PS5, 112 on PS4.
Whoa,
which is kind of surprising. What else? 53 hours PlayStation VR.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot of kids
time.
playing VR. That's what that is.
From a Dwyer.
What else? Top 5 games. God of War Ragnarok, 47 hours, 18% playtime. Elden Ring, 9% playtime, 25 hours. Deathloop, 7% with 19 hours. Rec Room, which is VR, I have played, but a lot of it's the kids. 5%, 15 hours. And Astrobot Rescue Mission, 15 hours. Action adventure is my favorite genre. What else? 110 trophies earned. Where do I get the trophy breakdown?
Only 110 earned? What are you doing over there? You're just like avoiding trophies?
Yeah, that's how I play.
Give us the breakdown.
Okay, 0 platinums, 21 gold, 35
21
silver,
gold?
128 bronze.
Wait, hang on. That doesn't line up. Didn't you just say like 105 trophies earned?
184.
Oh, 184.
trophies.
Sorry. My mistake.
All right.
I think that's it.
I am so in love with my total playtime number.
Oh, here we go.
Exactly 500 hours. On 500 hours. That is beautiful. My 310 hours PS5 for all the people saying I only play on PS4. 190 on PS4.
So that's what, all Elden Ring and God of War then?
Yeah, whatever. I'll play what I want. Not even. Guess my top game, Heroes.
Vampire Survivors.
I didn't even play it on PlayStation.
Hmm.
Number one
Let's see
game
here.
is Returnal.
Right,
Okay.
of course.
Makes sense.
94 hours logged.
Wow. Very
Number
nice.
2, Elden Ring with 72. God of War Ragnarok with 71.
Wow. 71?
It's terrifying. Gran Turismo 7, 51 hours logged.
Wow.
Wow. I don't think I've really heard you even talk about that game that much. That's a lot of time.
Apparently, I played
think
it quite a bit.
That might be a juice number there.
The only
Pause
thing that would
screen.
juice that number was like waiting for lobbies for online races, which sucks in that game. Deathloop, 35 hours logged. My favorite genre, thankfully not action adventure. I'm sick of hearing it. What's the most tried and true mechanic in gaming history? Shooting. My favorite genre is shooter. And
Okay.
yeah, let's get back to the trophies. 454 trophies earned,
Wow.
6 platinums, 62 gold, 106 silver, 284 bronze.
Do you even have a
Those
job?
are some beautiful
It's
numbers.
all for this moment where Frank can read off these numbers.
That 500 total playtime is absolutely gorgeous.
Does it give you a breakdown of what platinums you got?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Let's see how many auto pops there are. I think the platinums would be God of War Ragnarok PS4, God of War Ragnarok PS5, Returnal,
There's got to be more auto pops.
Nobody Saves the World. I platinum that. And there's
Stray.
I don't know if I platinum Stray. I think I did, but I'm not sure. And I don't know. I don't know what the other one is. That's all I can remember. But anyway, some good numbers. What a year. What a wrap up. I prepared a few just before the show started. Some resolutions for 2023. Some gaming resolutions. Now, I don't know if I'll follow all of these, but this is what I'd like to aspire to become a better gamer in the calendar year of 2023. Number 1, get proficient with mouse and keyboard. I keep trying it here and there, trying to get better, build those skills, those muscle memory skills, especially like shift and control, and the alternate buttons, that's the hard part. So that's on my list. Number 2, beat a strategy game.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one.
Is a very like blind spot genre for me that I don't play.
You should change the wording of that. I don't know if you can beat some of the strategy games that are out there.
You know what I mean? Like just kind of play through all the scenarios, fully indulge in a strategy or tactics game. Number 3, stream games at least once. Try to actually stream. I talk about streaming. This one's going to be very hard, but it is on the list. Try to let go of achievement hunting. Finally, let it go.
I mean,
I can almost guarantee I will fail that resolution by tonight. And again, list of shame, 3 games that I want to make it my mission to finally beat in 2023. Hollow Knight, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep, that's a tough one.
And Cyberpunk 2077.
Putting it out there publicly.
They must
2
be
big
beaten.
games.
They must be beaten.
I like that one. I like that one. One of those for me would be The Witcher 3. Now that I got this beautiful thing, and another thing I want to do is get a 4K monitor and bask in the glory of this 3080 I now have, and really experience the full experience that it can offer.
If I were going to add another summary element, which is not actually tracked anywhere, it would be hours spent researching monitors. And it would probably be around 100 hours. I should have just bought something. And then I ended up buying a beater, which I may return, waiting for the new Samsung QD OLEDs coming to North America. So we'll see what happens. But I need a monitor as well. And even like this monitor has a high refresh rate, and it's not that good, but it makes a big difference. If you want to game hard, you need a good monitor.
I've only been looking at monitors with a 1 millisecond refresh rate. I will not settle for anything less.
Not response time, refresh rate, bro.
Oh, refresh rate. Oh, right. You're talking about that.
You got to step up your hours in the monitor research game.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, excuse me.
Hey, I mean, you're doing the research for him, Frank. Why does he need to do the research?
I will.
That's right. You send me a short list. I'll give you the price range.
Numbers. If he gives me his price range, I'll give him a recommendation. But
I will. I'll do that.
No monitor captures everything I want. Aesthetics, look, functionality, type of panel. I'm just waiting for that one and only to come along.
I actually found one on Best Buy's website that I really liked, and your like ratings.com website gave it like an 8.6 for gaming and like a 8.4 for like office work, which I find is weird that those almost like are never near each other. And it was sold out though, online and in store. It was on sale. I should probably go back and look to see if it's restocked, but it was like the dream boat and it was not available. And then on Amazon, it was a lot more expensive. So I was a little disappointed.
No, it pains me to hear that. I'm sorry for you. But
it was
maybe there's other fish in the sea. Another one will come along.
I might have to go to Best Buy right now.
Yeah, keep refreshing. You never know what'll happen.
Right. It's possible.
Sean, I guess, any resolutions for you?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I mean, what you were talking about with the list of shame, like, I don't have like a specific, list of games I want to be. What's that?
Can I do yours for you?
You can, but like, I guess my main thing is I just want to be less focused on new games, because I feel like this past year, particularly when it got towards the end of the year, there was older games I wanted to go back and play, but I kept thinking, I don't know, I should try this game. And it's, a lot of it is for this show where I'm like, oh, I should just try this new game that just came out because we're going to probably talk about it. I kind of want to do a little less of that and a little more of just focusing on the older games that I actually want to beat. So
what's the number one old game that you need to?
Well, right now it's probably Horizon Zero Dawn, which I've been trying to get through all year. And I mean, I'm probably over halfway now, but I just keep getting sidetracked. So that's on the list. And then obviously Forbidden West would be nice to get to. But I actually also with, the Tears of the, whatever it's called, Tears of the Kingdom. Is that what the new Zelda is called? With that coming out, I was thinking about all the Zelda games that I haven't beaten that I'd like to go back and beat as well. So that's kind of on my list.
Now, we didn't bring this up. Does anyone want to try to make a case that they're actually a bigger gamer than they say they are because we didn't include Switch numbers? Anyone want to put their
Definitely
Switch
not.
numbers on the table?
There's a few games I played on Switch, but not too much. I actually didn't use the Switch that much this year.
That's the correct answer. Ditch the Switch. All right. Well, to be honest, 2022 is not even done from a gaming perspective as far as I'm concerned. I'm still gaming under 2022 for at least the next 2 weeks and then move on. All right. Anything else we need to cover before we get into what we played?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Who would like to go first?
I can start. I mean, other than God of War, which I beat, which I mentioned earlier, I've been dabbling. I did beat Case of the Golden Idol, which I don't think I mentioned yet. I finally got around to it. I was like, okay, this is going to be on my list for 2022. I need to actually officially beat this game. And I actually found out that I was missing a key, not skill, but key mechanic in the game that allowed you to jump back and forth between the cases quickly and compare the people that were in other cases to the one you're currently working on. So you don't have to try to remember who, you'll see a guy's face. You're like, I know this guy's face. And then you're trying to guess, and you can they make it easy for you to just go back to the previous ones and look at it and then bring it forward. And I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. I don't think they're trying to hide that information from you.
I think there's a secondary reason that there's a huge twist in the game that uses that idea that I thought was brilliant. Towards the last 2 cases, there's a revelation in learning how the idol works. And anyway, I won't say anymore, but
okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Or maybe I was too tired and it's left my brain already. I can't remember. But
did you beat that game, Sean?
Yeah, I did.
We'll have to discuss this after the show.
Yeah, you have to jog my memory, I guess.
And they actually incorporate in the final case, it actually conveniently puts all the other cases at the top so you can go back to them very easily, which isn't the final case.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's just what I was referring to then. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. That is what I remember.
Yeah, the last case, they definitely make it more about brings all the other cases
summary
together.
Of everything you've done, yeah. And did you do the epilogue as well?
Isn't that what it was? Isn't that the epilogue that had that?
No, that's the final chapter, and then there's an epilogue.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
maybe that's what I remember.
Events.
Okay, so I only noticed in that
2 systems again when you played this.
Possibly. I'm really behind on my 2022 game in here. But I maybe I just noticed it in that final chapter and thought it was always there, and I had just missed it. Then, okay, that's probably what happened. You can
always go back with the escape button, but they make it extremely convenient in the last chapter.
Okay, yeah, that is what happened then. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game. I thought it was really well done, and one of the best games that it doesn't waste your time. It doesn't make it overly complicated to figure the things out. If you just kind of pay attention to all the details, you will be able to figure it out. Some details are trickier to figure out than others, but overall, they're pretty well designed to the point where if you just look closely, and I wonder if the art style that they chose actually makes it easier because there's so little detail that everything is contrasted pretty well, and you don't have this problem where like the backgrounds are so detailed that things can hide there that you don't even think to click on. I mean, if you have the blinking light thing, then it's pretty obvious which to click on. But I don't know. I thought the game was excellent.
I agree.
Yeah, I got more, but I'll let other people go.
Shawnee?
Well, I'll mention High on Life. I've been still playing this, and I'm enjoying it. It has hit a little bit of like it came down from the intro and sort of the first chapter, and now it's kind of just plateaued a bit, I feel like. But the one thing that I wanted to mention, I got stuck in this game right after the first boss fight.
So did I. Going back?
Yeah, like there's a section where you go down this, what do you call it? Zip line. But as you're going down, you look off and you can see these collectible things. And I'm like, oh, got to go collect some stuff. So if you jump off of that, you kind of get screwed because it's like
pathfinding is completely messed up.
Yeah, the pathfinding directs you to this door that doesn't open. And if you go all the way around, you can get back to that spot. But the thing is, it looks like those platforms don't like you have this mechanic where you can shoot sort of a grenade and knock these platforms down to make bridges. But the ones you need to get across, when you initially shoot at them, stuff bounces off them. So you're like, oh, I guess these don't move. And then I spent like the better part of an hour circling around trying to figure out. I thought I was screwed. I thought I was going to have to start over.
Understand how those platforms work? Because they actually, I don't think that the game does a good job of teaching how those platforms work. It's not shooting the thing that makes it go down. It's like a pivot, and you have to shoot the bottom to make it flip.
Right. But just the fact that it bounced off, that was the thing that confused me, I think. So yeah, I've encountered a few other weird things too, where it seems like the game isn't really designed for you to just go off and explore. It just wants you to go from point to point and not explore at all.
I was stuck at the same part, and that's when I gave up, and I have not returned to it.
Okay. Well, I can tell you how to get back.
I did the loop like 3 times trying to get out of that area, and I was like, enough. I'm done with this for now.
We may need to revisit most comedic games.
It's still funny, just not the most polished game. Yes. The first thing I played over the winter break was the Callisto Protocol, which I beat over the course of 2 days, and I loved this game. Mostly graphically and technologically astounding. There's an area halfway through the game out in the snow, which was one of the most impressive visual areas of any game I played this year. You push a gate and like the snow pushes like a snow angel, like the gate is pushing the snow. It is gorgeous. Oh, it is amazing. And
now is actually, can you see it pushing the snow, or is it just like deforming the snow? Do you know?
It's probably just deforming it, but it looks really good. It's very convincing. So it's a linear game. I understand the criticisms that the level design is basically linear, but I like games like that sometimes. A super polished linear experience. The gameplay gets a little repetitive, but the visual pacing is excellent. It was switching it up quite often, and very nice, short, single player game that, comparing it to something like Hellblade, which was kind of beloved, and I feel like it does the same stuff that game did as like an aspiring AA to AAA developer, but I just found it maintained a 10-hour time span way better than Hellblade, where I thought Hellblade, the first hour I experienced all the cool ideas, and repeating them wasn't that much fun. But I really liked Callisto Protocol, and I think it's kind of being slept on. I will say, apparently there was a patch that came out. I didn't know about it when I played it, that I played it basically the day after the patch got released, coincidentally. And I saw that they had fixed the bug about getting the platinum on the lowest difficulty. So I was already playing on the highest difficulty. So I beat the game on the highest difficulty, only to find out the patch broke just getting it authentically. Like if you actually beat the game on the highest difficulty, you didn't get. So I didn't get that trophy, and I didn't get the platinum, and I was pissed. But it's 2023. I'm letting that shit go. I'll never go back.
Oh boy,
who cares? So my PlayStation stats at the end were missing a platinum. Big deal.
I mean, that's impressive if that's how you truly feel, Frank.
It's not how I feel. Hopefully they fix that and I'll go back and get it. But I really enjoyed the game. Fun game.
So this game is on my list of games to try for 2022, but it had fallen off because I wasn't sure if it was going to hit the list. But so you're saying it might be worth a trip to the old library.
I think so. I think that's probably the difference. It's an expensive game. Hellblade, I think, was $40 when it came out or something like that. So I think that's the value is a big knock against this game, which I've said before. I hate that. Like I don't think that should really enter. You can say it in a review, but it should not affect your score of the game. Okay. Anything else for you?
Yeah. I played Plague Tale Requiem. I finally went back to this game, and I've actually been playing it on my Xbox One through cloud streaming, and it's been working surprisingly well. I haven't noticed any big graphic downgrades or anything like that because I believe it streams the Series X version down to you, and it's slow enough where I'm not really doing any major combat that requires, pinpoint input accuracy. So I haven't really noticed any input lag on it. Maybe a couple times, like maybe the turn seems a little slow, but actually I've been pretty impressed with the streaming in general. And this game, so far, I haven't seen anything like revolutionarily new compared to the original game, but I really like how they're rolling out the puzzles to you. I do find that it's a little heavier in the beginning on sort of like puzzles where you can die. So it's not just like, I think the original one had quite a few where you could get discovered and die, but I find in this one, it's a lot more of extended puzzles where there's a lot of places where you can die and you have to try to, get through the whole like town or whatever.
Is there mid checkpoints or does it reset to the beginning?
There are mid checkpoints, but sometimes I don't know how exactly the checkpoint system works. I don't know if it's like just when no guys are around you, it might save, or if there are actually like preset spots, because sometimes I don't know if the route I've taken that I now am auto saved at is the best route I should have taken, kind of thing. And there are multiple routes you can take around in most of these puzzles, or at least it seems like there is. But so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm only about an hour and a half in, and I think it's about a 15-hour game or so, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So I'm going to keep going on it and try to see where it falls on my list, if it falls on my list.
Well, I like the fact that you brought up the checkpoints. That's a good thing. And it gives me a chance to reiterate how awful the stealth sections are in Zelda Breath of the Wild, where anytime you fail one of them, you have to go back to the start. One of the most poorly designed things, if not the most poorly designed sections of a Nintendo game, let alone the best game of all time. Barf.
I honestly don't even remember that stuff, but okay. I have been playing a game called The Entropy Center, which I think maybe we talked about at some point. Like, I think there was a demo out for it on Steam.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like a Portal-esque puzzle game. The kind of thing is you have this entropy gun, which can rewind time on objects. And so you're going around into rooms, and it's basically like Portal. You're like, you go from room puzzle 1A to puzzle 1B, and you've got this gun that talks to you and kind of, is a little bit sarcastic, I guess. And,
Portal
very similar.
Braid, maybe?
What's that?
Portal meets Braid?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. And I think there's kind of this bigger story that's starting to unfold as I'm playing through it. That's kind of interesting about the idea of like individual people are doing these puzzles and learning to rewind time, but then that is in doing that is powering a bigger machine that is rewinding the Earth to avoid like a cataclysmic event on Earth, which is kind of interesting. But not too much else to say, but like I am enjoying it. And I think definitely like if you're a fan of Portal, you should check it out. I think it is only on PC currently. I don't think it's on any consoles yet. But yeah, I'm liking it.
All right. The next game I played was Citizen Sleeper. Saw this on a lot of top 10 lists, and I was like, I just got to play this game for an hour and scratch it off so I can so I can say how wrong these lists are. But I thought it is similar to Disco Elysium. It's a lot of reading and like densely written material. But where this game succeeds, where Disco Elysium fails, is how it establishes a game loop. It's got a very simple game loop where you have a day and 5 dice rolls that you can do actions during your day. And it is like such a like understandable economy, and like the tracking of your progress throughout a day and all the quests is so well done that I kept playing. I played it whenever I could until I had beaten it, and then I did all the bonus missions. And I didn't love the story. It's okay, but the actual like doing these dice and deciding how to use them is a very simple, effective economy-based mechanic. It's kind of more of a management simulator meets a story-based game. And I really enjoy it. It's shorter too. I think it was like, to go through is like 6 hours to get the first ending or something like that. So I really liked it. It was a fun game and pretty addictive with that small loop.
Yeah, I played this when it first came out, or around that time when it first came to Game Pass or whatever. And I put in, I feel like 4 or 5 hours. Like I must have got pretty far in it.
Pretty close, yeah.
And I must say, like I enjoyed the mechanics as well. I also did not really enjoy the story. And I found that the mechanics, from what I remember, they didn't really evolve at all. It kind of just stayed the same. So I kind of got bored of it by that mark, and then was like, well, I'm not really going to.
Well, it's like going. Once you understand the economies, it has like cool things. Like at some point you have to farm mushrooms, and that becomes like a mini sim or management game within this other large scale one. And where it really gets good, for me anyway, was some of the late game stuff where I accidentally started a bunch of quests at once, and now my time became a much more valuable resource. I think there's an even more fun version of this game that's less casual and puts heavier time constraints on everything. So yeah, I really liked it. Cool vibe. Again, I could have dealt with a little less reading. I wish like the text-based stuff just was summarized a bit quicker and more effectively, and it would be even more enjoyable. But it feels like, again, a padding with length for reading and stuff like that. So
yeah. The last thing I played was I put in some more time into Pentiment, which I still don't really know what the big draw is of this game. I've probably put in 2 hours now or so, and I still don't really know what the purpose of this game is. I mean, I understand it's telling a story about this guy, but there's not like, I haven't seen any like response based off of the decisions I've made. I can't, or if there has been, I haven't noticed it. I don't know if my decisions have made any impact. And it seems like one of those games where, you pissed off this person, or you said this to some guy, now come back to bite you in the ass, kind of like Banner Saga. But I haven't seen any repercussions from those decisions yet. So I don't really know like what the mechanics are leading to. And I don't really have a strong sense of what I'm trying to do other than go where it tells me and talk to the people it tells me to talk to. So I am going to try to keep playing this. Like my work started up like a game club type thing like a book club, but for indie games, and this is the game that was chosen. So I'm going to play it, though I don't know if I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy it. We'll see. I don't know. Like everyone says this game is good, or there's not everyone, bunch of people are saying this game's good. So something must happen in this game. I just don't know when that's going to happen or what that thing is going to be. So I'm a little perturbed by this game right now.
This guy's perturbed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a game that you're going to have to wait a long time before it really gets good. Like I believe people that it does get good at some point, but it definitely was not hooking me to
Sometimes
start.
you got to stick these games out. Just the motivation is to say, I beat it and it's not that good. So you might have some spite motivation here, which I fully endorse. I'm a huge part of gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, couple quick other things for me. So I beat Supraland 6 Inches Under, which, I beat the first Supraland earlier this year. I liked it. It was pretty good. It's kind of a Metroid-esque first person exploration puzzle game. Not a ton of combat, more on the puzzle exploration side, but there is some combat. And I liked it. It was kind of fun and addictive. And then this is the sequel, which just came out this year. And I kind of started playing it. The kids kind of got into it, and we were kind of off and on playing it together. But I was not really it doesn't add much. It's not as good as the original. I thought this was going to bring new mechanics and new story. It barely even feels like there's a story in this one.
The actual sequel? I thought it was just like an expansion or DLC.
No, they did a DLC previously called what was it? I can't remember now. Crash or something like that. Supraland Crash. So that was the DLC for the original game. This is now a sequel, but yeah, it does kind of just feel like DLC. There's nothing pushing it forward, or there's a couple of new mechanics or items that you get, but it's a lot of the same ones. It was fine, but I was a little disappointed. I was expecting more. And I'll just quickly mention, something I just played today. I've been scouring all these little hidden gems lists, what are the 2022 games I haven't heard about that I should know about. And somehow on one list, I found this game called Super Mega Zero. And it's just kind of like a platformer with, short levels that are kind of difficult, or at least starting to get difficult now. But I don't even know really what's special about it. It's kind of like retro graphics. The idea is you're almost you're a number 0 and you're going through these levels. And then the power-ups you pick up, if you pick up a 2, that means you can jump twice in that level. And all the levels are pretty short. You can complete them in 10 or 20 seconds. And then there's some bullet hell levels in between, which, were not as good. I wasn't as into those, but I did really like the platforming stuff, and, played through the first 2 worlds in just a couple hours and was enjoying it. So I don't know, not something that's probably going to make a list, probably not something I'm going to finish, but it was a couple bucks, I think, on the Steam sale, and I was enjoying it. So thought I'd give it a mention.
I was just looking at the video. It looks like Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, definitely in that.
Well, not
vein.
looks, but the gameplay looks like Super Meat Boy.
It sounds a lot like the last game I've been playing a ton of, only in a 2D retro version, which is Neon White, going back to that game. And when you say you pick up things that allows you to jump twice, that's basically the motivation for the card system in Neon White, where you're constantly swapping what powers you have and learning how to use them in combination at super high speeds. So I played Neon White when it came out, and I really liked it. I just been meaning to go back to it. The gameplay within the levels of Neon White is the best. I absolutely love it. I'm playing 3 versions simultaneously, PS4, PS5, and Steam, because once you're in the flow of a level, once you know how to do it well, you just like, I just want to scratch it off all 3 versions. And I do not get sick of replaying these levels at all, especially when you're good at them. It gives you the feeling, the way it builds your skills and the pace which it introduces new mechanics and ideas is perfect. I am just like always getting better. It's hitting a flow of skill and ability and difficulty that is about as good as I've ever seen in a game. It perfectly ascends skill. And the actual goals for times is like very achievable and never feels like a huge, like it makes you feel good. You feel good and like you're getting better playing this game. So I highly recommend Neon White, but there's these dialogue sections in between that are just so lame. Like, why?
Yeah.
Oh, like, I wouldn't even mind it. I like the art style of them. I like the vibe of all that stuff, but it's just the actual writing is there's so much of it. And I'm like, I could fast forward it. I do when I replay it, but I feel like I need the context for the story. So I wish they would have like just focused on like really well-written short dialogue rather than just a lot of it. But I mean, it doesn't stop me from playing the game, that's for sure, because the gameplay is that good. And like I said, I actually like the artwork, but it does feel like a chore to get through at times, but it is worth it. You can fast forward it, I should say. I just can't do it. I cannot bring myself to not at least quickly tap through the cutscenes. But the gameplay it's a first person platformer basically. And it's a lot of games have tried stuff like this, Mirror's Edge. I'm sure there's some other ones I'm forgetting. This one does it better than any. I highly recommend Neon White.
Yeah, definitely on my list that I got to get to.
I actually had one more game I forgot about that I tried. I played Norco again.
I was going to start it this week.
Actually, so I started it when it first came out and really didn't get into it. But this time I'm really enjoying it. I find that, I don't know if there's been some updates or something, but I find that the way they're telling the story is very good. It doesn't run into that Neon White problem where there's too much text. It really gets the point across, and I understand where the characters are. I understand their motivation. I understand like the people around town I'm talking to. It really lays out the world in a really good way. The puzzles so far are straightforward, but they're still kind of enjoyable to just kind of as a way to explore the environment. And they have this like I think they call it the mind map, and it's basically like a UI or like a menu with these basically like bubbles with icons in them, and those sort of represent the story points that have unfolded, and then there's lines that are made connecting them. So there'll be one that like represents your mother and one that represents the town, and there'll be like a line that represents them or something like that. And if you click on them, it gives you a little description of whatever you found out about that specific thing so far. And as you kind of develop more things, like you're trying to figure out what your mom was kind of into while you're away. And as you discover more things, the mind map will add more to the bubble description, but also add other bubbles that you can investigate and then create connections to. You don't actually create the connections to. I think they are formed by themselves, but it kind of reminded me of a little bit of the mind map thing that's in Disco Elysium, and also some of the other sort of like, I can't remember what they call them, but in the Sherlock Holmes games, they have these like intuition type boxes where you need to like use the clues you have to determine what happened. A little bit like that. But overall, I'm liking it a lot more this go than I thought I was going to. And so I don't know. It may be cracking the top 10 if it continues to at this pace.
Nice. All right. Anything else? That's it for me.
That's all I got right now.
All right. So I got a few more things to try and get in this week. And next week, we'll see. I don't think I'm going to get to everything I want to. I've almost made the decision that I will not be revisiting Horizon. I just don't think I can do it because I need to replay the first one, and that's not going to happen. Just don't have the time. So next week, most likely, God of War Ragnarok review, and then probably best of lists the week after that. Check us out on youtube.com/game junk and let us know if there's any games that we need to play before doing our top 10 lists. What are we missing out on? What are all the journalists sleeping on? We got to know the real games of the year. And Discord links are on there as well. Sean is Film Junk on Twitter. Huck is My Angry Commute in the Equilibrium Assist. Happy New Year, and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.